Hey folks, welcome to another video on the Sam's Crypto Insights YouTube channel. In this video, we will take a look at some decent yields on the Base network. And for those that don't know, Base network is a layer 2 blockchain on the Ethereum network, which is built by Coinbase. Base network has been killing so far in terms of DeFi TVL, and right now it has a TVL of $1.7 billion. And as you can see, the TVL in recent months has gone absolutely ballistic. Now, if you are someone who is chasing yields, then it's best to look at where the liquidity is going, because where the liquidity goes, we go as well. And I'll tell you why you should do the same. In terms of DeFi TVL, not a lot has changed in the past week or the past month, but still these are decent numbers, which indicates that there is still a lot of money flowing in on the Base network. Usually more activities means more fees, and more fees means more yields for us yield farmers. I will talk about a few protocols like the Aerodrome, which is the biggest DEX on the Base network, Beefy Finance, Extra Finance, and a few other interesting protocols that you may want to look at on the Base network. I think if you're someone who is on the safer side, you can expect a APR of 20 to 30%. But for the degens like me out there, you can also find farms that are giving out 1% a day. Of course, those high APRs comes with its own risks, but not taking risk in crypto is like taking a shit without eating food. What? I'm sorry, that example came out really bad. First, we are going to take a look at a few farms on the Beefy Finance. But first, if you are new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. I am trying to bring value for you guys for absolutely free. So if you would like to support my work, then like I said, hit that subscribe button. Beefy Finance, if you don't know, is a yield aggregator that auto compounds your returns back into the pools that you have staked. Now on the Base network, I found out some really interesting pools that are giving out decent yields. The first one is the $RG/USD pool on the Aerodrome platform. Ignore this APY number, we are going to focus on the daily numbers. Currently this pool is giving out 0.1% a day, which is very decent considering the fact that this is a stable pool where both of these tokens are stable coins. The Beefy TVL on this pool sits at around $500,000 and the Aerodrome TVL is close to $1 million. But make sure you perform your due diligence before going all in on this one. As always, all these videos are going to be for strictly educational purposes only. Do not consider me as your financial advisor. Now the next pool that we are going to take a look at is for those that are bullish on the Aerodrome platform as whole. Aerodrome platform, like I previously mentioned, is the biggest decentralized exchange on the Base network and currently has a TVL of an impressive $700 million. The pool that I am talking about is USDC Aerodrome pool, which is currently giving out a daily APY of 0.3%. So if you're someone who is bullish on the Aerodrome platform and therefore is planning to buy some Aerodrome tokens, or you already have some Aerodrome tokens, then simply pair it with some USDC tokens and stake that LP through the Beefy Finance platform. TVL is also impressive, and because it's Aerodrome, I think it's relatively safer than other degen pools out there. Of course, keep in mind that Beefy Finance is going to charge you a fees for auto compounding your money. But I think this one is a decent pool where you can get some exposure on your Aerodrome tokens. Okay, so I found out another decent liquidity pool which has a very decent APR, but it's a bit on the riskier side. So make sure you perform your due diligence like always. The pool is OVN USDC Plus pool, which is giving out 0.5% a day. So if you have staked $1,000, you are going to be earning $50 a day. Hopefully my maths is correct. Wrong. Okay, so I just checked. Turns out that my maths is very weak. You are not going to be earning $50 a day, but rather $5 a day, which is still decent, somewhat decent. Anyways, moving on. Overnight Finance are the ones that are the issuers of USDC Plus token, which is pegged to the USDC token. I personally think that the Overnight Finance team is doing a really great job. So full disclosure, I am holding some Overnight Finance tokens and I have personally invested into this pool. Okay, those were some pools on the Beefy Finance, but there are hundreds of pools. So make sure you go to Beefy Finance, select the base chain and find your favorite pool. The next protocol on our list is Dex Finance. Dex Finance is also sort of a yield aggregator, but on steroids. Here, people like you and me can create vaults which contain liquidity pools. For example, this base maxi vault, which is giving out 0.7% a day, that auto compounds 50% of your profits back into pool, and the remaining 50% is given back to you. So not only there's auto compounding, but there's also taking profits. So this base maxi vault has three farms, namely Wrap Teeth Wells, the second one is USDC Arrow, and the final one which I recently covered is the OVN USDC Plus farm. So if you're someone who is bullish on the base ecosystem as a whole, then this vault is a great one for you. Similarly, there are other vaults as well. For example, the overnight vault, which is called OVN with benefits. Here 50% of your yield will be invested back into the pool, and remaining 50% of profits will be given back to you. On Beefy Finance, this pool had a APY of 0.5%, and on here it's 0.6%. So not a lot of difference. It just all depends on what works for you as a user. Similarly, there are many other vaults out here which are giving out decent APY of 0.5% to 1% a day. Okay, quickly moving on to the next platform, which I think is a very decent one as well. It's called Dex Finance, which offers leveraged yield farming. And if you don't know what leveraged yield farming is basically borrowing against your position to add more to the existing position. And because it's leveraged yield farming, there are significant risks attached to it. There are many pools on here, but a pool that I personally may invest in is the OVN USDC Plus. So I might take a leverage of, let's say, 1.25x or 1.5x, which will bump my APR to 313% or a daily APR of 0.86%. This particular pool without any leverage is giving out a daily APY of 0.6% on the Dex Finance, and on the Beefy Finance is giving out close to 0.5% a day. Another farm that we covered in this video was the USDC Aerodrome pool, which on here will give out a daily APR of 1.16% if we take a leverage of 4x. There are lots of other pools on here as well where you can leverage against, thereby increasing your daily APR. Okay, without wasting any further time, let's quickly cover the last two protocols on our list. I came across SummerFi and I found a very interesting pool for you Ethereum maxes out there. So if you are someone who is holding Ethereum tokens, then you can jump into this CB ETH liquidity pool, which has a 7 days net APY of 16.33%. Of course, you are going to have to get the CB ETH, which is the Coinbase liquid staked Ethereum token, pair it with Ethereum token, and then stake on SummerFi. And then the final protocol on our list is going to be Aerodrome Finance, which, like I mentioned, is the biggest decentralized exchange on the Base network. Now, if you are someone who wouldn't like to stake their LPs through Beefy Finance or let's say Dex Finance or Dex Finance, then you can natively stake your assets on the Aerodrome Finance. Similarly, you are going to find a lot of LPs that we have covered in this video. That's all for this video. If you would like to watch another video focused on yield farming, then I recommend you to watch this video.